let's start off with this one here. Tell us what you're wearing in there and where you're at.
This one's going back a little bit, I think. So this is probably about three and a half years ago now, when we first started to do some outdoor shooting for this thing of ours. I think we're in the northern quarter somewhere, mate, to be honest, around the back of a supermarket or something daft. But wearing some heavy jersey outstanding company sweats. Got some New Balance on foot, 990 V3s. We weren't really stocking footwear at this point, so like we used to use other brands' footwear just for visuals.
And New Balance was the stylist shoe of choice then. You don't you wear them in the fits nowadays?
I would definitely. I'm a New Balance fan. Like I would put New Balance in, but like it depends on which shoe. Probably not that shoe right now, but like at that point, that was fine. I would have wore that myself, like particularly with those jogging pants.
Yeah.
Natal Design. It's the big Isdo jacket. Like it's a Japanese brand, small boutique store. But that jacket, like we had very few of them, but like a small amount. But that jacket caused a bit of a stir at the time for us as well.
The archetypal ultimate jacket to me.
The
size of it just looks expensive and beautiful and exotic to me.
Yeah, ultimate big jacket, I think. Right? Like man. The use of different textures and stuff on there, colour panels. I think one of your guests, Neil, he picked up one from us or from Natal Design.
I was trying not to mention Neil, but it was Neil that I was shooting the shit with about it, saying, dude, it's the ultimate.
Dan Pasiti as well. Have you ever come across Dan? He's on Instagram, but he's done a lot of styling, and he picked up one from us early, and like as soon as it went on his Instagram, like everyone was all over it as well. Man. But
sold out in seconds flat.
And unsurprisingly so, it's an amazing jacket, and the guys from Natal Design are just like super cool guys, really nice. We don't actually stock much product from them at the moment, but it's definitely a brand that we would kind of like dip back into when the timing's right.
I think I first came across that brand when I saw some kind of they were doing a lot of outdoor furniture, really beautiful benches and things like that. Yeah. And that was what floated the boat. And then I saw the clothes and I was like, oh, it all makes sense. It's all beautifully made.
They seem to have focused a little bit more on like the items outside of clothing at the moment, and bringing that stuff over from Japan is a pain in the arse. So like for us, when they put more focus back behind the clothes again, I'm sure we'll duck back in.
I think it's worth touching on the background being somewhere at the back of a building in the northern quarter, but still looking super clean. And this is something that you and your photographer have really got an eye for, I think. Props to. Is this shot by Anthony Lee?
Yeah, this is a shot from Anthony. Like at the moment, for like 90%, 95% of our work, we don't really work with anyone else. So like Anthony and I have a really good relationship. We push each other, we challenge each other, we kind of know what each other's thinking to some extent, which is really weird. So yeah, we work really well together. This would have been like one of our earliest shoots, maybe even like the second or third time we'd ever been out together. He's got a good eye for locations. I think I've got a good eye for knowing what we want to project as a store and pushing him outside of like maybe what he'd produce for himself or for other clients. So I think what he produces with us is very distinct and has a big chunk of us in it. I think there's a style that we do together that is truly unique to us. If he worked on his own, it wouldn't be the same. And if we worked on our own, maybe it wouldn't be the same. So there's something unique about how we're kind of connected and how we work together, which is really nice.
Oft emulated, never bettered.
Yeah.
Originators.
Yeah.
Want to have a little look at this, tell us what you're wearing and then what alien realm you're inhabiting.
All black fit.
Goldwin Cardi?
Goldwin Cardi, yeah. Really nice piece. You've seen it in store, I'm guessing, or it's gone now, but super lightweight cardigan, no fastening on it, just like nice lightweight summer piece, I guess, really. Cayl bag, Jean-Luc Lavelle, Delt bag. Really nice, larger, like crossbody bag, like a semi, like almost like an overnight bag size, but like crossbody. Sansangear pants, Sansangear, which I'm wearing today as well. Very on bottom half. Like
I don't know that brand. Where are they from?
Yeah, new brand for us, Korea.
Okay.
I went out to Korea in February last year and saw them in a couple of stores. We have some mutual friends, a store out there, Grey Store, which is a really nice store as well. They were stocking the brand, so they connected us at the time. And really nice stuff. We completely sold out of our first drop of them, and we've got new products coming in soon. So their pants are awesome. Like they've got an outdoor twist, like some technicality to their like outerwear and stuff, but it's still like a city brand. So it's more like, I define it more like urban outdoor. Like they've got that technical functionality, but with an urban aesthetic. This pant in particular, like it has these like gaping flaps on the side that are press-studded. Like there's no way you could wear them hiking. You could, but you're going to get snagged on stuff. Like it's not their intention, but they're a functional pant, like highly water repellent, technical, etc.
Stunners.
Rowers on foot and a Cayl hat up top. So
two other TTOO faves there.
Yeah, Cayl again. Like we brought Cayl into the UK.
Climb as you like, right?
Yeah, climb as you love.
Climb as you love.
Yeah.
Okay, one better than one.
Yeah, he loves it. Climb as you love, Korean outdoor brand. They definitely are like focused on the outdoor side. They want you to be able to wear their stuff in the city, but they don't see themselves as a fashion brand. They see themselves as an outdoor brand.
Yeah.
We brought them into the UK maybe like 3.5 years ago. We were the first store to bring them outside of Asia. Definitely like gained some notoriety and are more widely available now, but like we were the first people to kind of like trust them and to bring that over.
And similar really with the footwear then, Roa, I didn't see many of them about before.
No, we definitely weren't the first to bring Roa in. Like there were other stores for sure. I think one of the things that like we noticed or felt about Roa before the current creative director was in place. So current creative directors, a guy called Patrick Stangby, Scandinavian, trail runner, but just has a super clean eye for like color palette. And before, the brand was like typically Italian to some extent for me, like very garish colors on the footwear and stuff. And I just don't feel like it fitted for our market. And when Patrick took over and you saw what he was planning for the brand and where he wanted to take it, like 100% it made sense. Cayl though, we were the first people to stock that in the UK when it was a collection of like 5 or 6 products. We got shown it pretty early on and like immediately you knew that there was something special about him. I mean, it's only a bag here, but that first collection, the reversible jacket with the tape seams and the reflective tape seams and stuff, like so many people have mimicked that now over the last like 1.5, 2 years, but instantly you could see in the way that he was putting his patterns together and using the seam taping as like
an aesthetic.
Like visual, like geometric visual patterns within the garment itself. Like you could tell that it was like really considered, really well thought through, and was just something that nobody else was really doing in that lifestyle, technical space. I definitely wouldn't call him an outdoor brand.
Yeah.
And I think you would 100% agree with that. But
sick,
I think in the beginning, people put him in that place a little bit.
Yeah. Fits hard, but let's talk a tiny bit about the background, because when I first came across your brand, a lot of the stuff on the Insta was kind of cut out on a background, which has been Photoshop standard for quite a long time. Yeah. But this one, I think, is the first thing I saw that you did with a bit of an AI slant to it. One of the early experiments. What is it that you've kind of created around the figure here?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like the whole cutout thing was probably born out of like necessity.
Yeah.
And I think that gave us an opportunity in the early days, like when we had 0 team and it was me on my own for like 1.5, nearly 2 years doing everything from Photoshop to buy into accounts to picking and packing orders. Like it gave us an opportunity to create an identity and for people to clearly like associate an image with us quickly. So we would cut images out and we would put them on a background, whether it had like a particular paint splatter or something like that was kind of unique to us at the time. I don't know whether this is an evolution of that really. In a way, it was more just like we constantly challenge ourselves to try new stuff. And for a while now, AI has been kind of a topic in the creative world for good and bad reasons. And we wanted to kind of see what the reaction was like. I'm on the moon here. But yeah, obviously it's a shot within our studio and we've recreated a background to try and make it slightly more interesting.
It looks sick, man. I mean, I know you still work on you make things look $1 million on a kind of more DIY budget. But being able to generate things with AI really does kind of level the playing field. Obviously, you've not got tickets to Elon Musk's moon station at any time soon. So doing something like that can, bring your creative ideas to fruition, can't it?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic, and if I'm honest, I'm still on the fence about it. Like, there are decent ways to use it, and there are interesting ways to use it. I think you still need to really execute it really well. You still need to have somebody with those creative ideas in the first place. And I think that's the bit that I like about it, is that here's a bit of a leveler in terms of, you might have somebody who has amazing creativity and amazing ideas, but like, as you mentioned, does not necessarily have the budget to go out and put those things into place. But I also recognize the downsides, and I know it's a contentious subject, particularly for people who are already in creative industries who maybe feel a little bit threatened. I think one of the interesting things is some of the people that we work with, they recognize early that, hey, it isn't going to go away. Either I'm a part of it and I learn about it and I try to develop my own skill set, or somebody else will. So I think it just depends how you embrace change, right? Which is a important topic for us as a store anyway. We embrace change, like, no matter what. Like, you've got to.
You were the first one stocking digital shelves full of import
Can you imagine
gear.
that? I think I'll be long gone before then, mate.
Tell us about where we are here.
Just popped across to New York to.
I was going to say, man, it looks very, very New York.
No,
this
yeah.
one, which is why I picked it out.
Do you know, this is really terrible. Like, I should remember the name, but there's a club, like a new club, nightlife space on the fringes of the Northern Quarter, and they've actually like implemented a bodega inside their space, which is incredible.
Yeah. Bodega's like a kind of American convenience store that's open all
exactly,
hours,
just like a local corner shop, right? Like, it's their version of a corner store. They posted up something on Instagram. I saw it straight away and was just like, we've shot stuff similar to this in terms of the aesthetic of the clothing before in studio, maybe even in the Northern Quarter, but like the chance to do it like outside the front of like a storefront that looked a little bit like a New York bodega was too good to pass up. So yeah, they hooked us up and let us come down and shoot. And again, just kind of like local, low budget, get in there, get it done, get out, and like keep it moving. And
interacting with the community around you, I guess, as well. Like,
really nice. It's so bad that I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head.
We'll
of the
flash
place,
it up on the screen.
Yeah, they're tagged all over the post anyway. So that'll be, I know. But yeah,
well, I think that the New York, the reason I picked that one out is because the New York aesthetic, the way that a lot of the clothes that you wear are kind of cut and styled, looks distinctly hip hop to me. And New York, obviously the birthplace of that. And I think all the kind of like city culture that surrounds hip hop kind of bleeds into what you do to a certain extent, like the copy, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's why I picked that one out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's an influence for us on it. Obviously because of the bodega thing, but like,
the string bag.
The timber. I mean, I doubt there's many like hip hop artists going to pick up oranges and lemons on a Sunday morning from the local bodega. But yeah, the Timberlands, the use of the like jacket with the hoodie and stuff. But yeah, I feel like it's got that aesthetic, but in a slightly more contemporary, in a slightly more contemporary way.
I made my own string bag a couple of weeks back. Got a
How long did that take?
Nah, man. Piece of paste, string vest, and some paracord, wrapped, like cut it off halfway up, wrapped to the bottom, used the vest handles as the bag handles, and you've got a string vest.
You've got way more patience than I have.
Honestly, mate, it was a 3-minute thing, tied in a shit knot at the bottom. But yeah, it's got a wicked little, I think the brand.
Got that Rabsy Nesbitt makes his own bag type.
But I was thinking more like Sunsplash dancehall styles, but it's my go-to shopping bag now. Go. Nice one, man.
My mind is breaking. Strangers. Oh, I get so much by strangers.